If you're looking for a little bit more Halloween, then this is the place for you. This is our Halloween hangover episode, our tradition. This is where we get the last breath of the greatest holiday, Halloween. Because we did the Halloween special with Electra Soul, obviously. We told some ghost stories, or we listened to some ghost stories, some true paranormal experiences. We ate some candy. We had a great time. But we obviously did not get to discuss how our Halloween went. We also have a couple loose ends we got to tie up. I got some special announcements I got to make on the show, some things to tell y'all about that I didn't want to tell y'all about earlier in the season. And we got our boy Leo with us over there.
Yeah, you know.
Well, I didn't want to do that one. This one. There you go. I didn't want to hit you with the other one. My bad.
What up, y'all?
There he is. Fresh from the dermatologist. What did you have done to your face today?
Oh, no. So I have a cyst on my face. I don't know how the fuck it got there, but it's getting removed sometime either this month or next month.
How are they gonna freeze it and then chop it off, or what are they doing to it?
No, they're gonna numb it, split it open, take the cyst out, and then clean it up.
I mean, you are just constantly on the surgery table. You're constantly getting operations. You're like a Brazilian model over here. Just you getting teeth done, ass done, everything. It's crazy.
Oh, I'm definitely not getting my ass done. So.
That's next. Well, listen,
Nah.
everybody's been asking me. Everybody wants to know. Since you got the weight loss surgery, you are slim and trim. What were you for Halloween? Were you a slutty nurse? Were you a feline? Were you what kind of skimpy outfit did you wear since you have the weight loss?
My underwear and t-shirt. I was
You were in a t-shirt, you said?
t-shirt and some underwear.
T-shirt and some underwear. What? Oh, you went out like that? Okay, I knew you was in something slutty. I knew you was in something revealing. You showing off them legs?
Yeah, you know, I had to.
Showing off all the surgeries?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what did you do for Halloween, Leonard? How was your day?
Oh, my home health aide was here from 10:50 to about 5:30.
Your home health aide?
Yeah.
Did they dress up? Did she dress up or something? Okay.
She's here like Thursday and Friday, so I didn't do much. I just stayed in the house, ate some candy.
There you go. What kind of candy do you like on Halloween, Leonard?
I love me some Reese's.
Oh, you like them? Did you see those Reese's Reese's we tried on the show? Did you see that?
I saw them on 7-Eleven on Union Turnpike. I was gonna order from there, but they sold out.
Damn. So you didn't get them?
Nope.
Wow,
I want to.
You gotta try that. So you was eating some Reese's. Any other special things that you did on Halloween?
No, just watch some TV and just kind of chilled at home.
Were there any special Halloween episodes of all the shows you like what's that? Chicago Fire? Was it like, oh, there's a fire at a Halloween party, or Chicago Med, like somebody, chewed on a razor blade and a piece of candy? Anything like that?
Wednesday night there was definitely 2 Halloween specials,
No.
Chicago Med and Chicago Fire.
Wow, I really called it Chicago Med and Fire?
Yeah.
Wow. That's hilarious. I knew it.
Oh.
I knew there were some Halloween specials of your 80 shows that you watch. Well, that sounds like a wonderful day. I had pretty much the opposite day that you had, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. Let's talk about Halloween candy, okay? Because you did mention some candy, and that is one of the scarier aspects of Halloween now, because according to an article I was reading, the price of Halloween candy went up 10% this year. That is insane. Okay, you got to take out a loan to get a bag of the 100-piece candy now. It's getting crazy because apparently the cocoa prices have been going up as of late, right? So now all of the companies are scrambling and they are cutting down on the cocoa in the candy. They're raising the content of the sugar or any kind of other filler. They're shrinking the bars and they're raising the prices up, baby. And that is absolutely sad, because the candy isn't going to be as rich, isn't going to be as chocolatey. And it's just like, so now we're just going to get like little fun-sized candies that don't taste the same. It's very, very sad, because Halloween seems like it has been on a decline for many years. You hear all these stories about how people are excited to get trick-or-treaters and they don't get any. I hear that every year. And now when the trick-or-treaters do come, they're going to get a little tiny piece of candy that barely has any chocolate in it that we paid $80 for. The good news is, apparently, the price of cocoa has gone down significantly, but the reason that the companies are still raising the prices are because they're trying to compensate for the cocoa that they bought last year, which was still at that price point that was incredibly high. So hopefully next Halloween, things will be a little bit back to normal. You didn't notice your Reese's your Reese's wasn't just a tiny bit smaller this year?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. Bastards. That's some bullshit. Because they could afford it, right? They could afford to just keep it on the regular.
Facts.
You know that. The exploitation that's going on in the chain, they can afford to keep the cocoa the way it is and keep the size the way it is. That's bullshit. I haven't noticed anything with peanut M&Ms, though. Like, I haven't noticed any change with that. That's pretty much my favorite candy, I would say, is the peanut M&M. Fire.
Also, parents, make sure you check your kids' candy, because what's going around now is that people are putting THC candy, actually replacing actual candy with THC candy packages that look like it's actual real candy and not THC.
Getting your child high. High as a kite.
Exactly.
I haven't seen anything about that this year, but I know we read that last year, that kids were getting like THC gummies and just getting high as a kite on Halloween night, bro.
It's a problem in New Jersey.
It's a problem. You heard about it this year?
Yeah.
It's a problem depending on who you are, I guess, I know a lot of people, a lot of kids back in the day that would have loved some THC gummies. Not me, though.
Fill my bag up.
Yeah, right? I didn't want that. No, it's sad. I read another article about, there's always like the article, somebody put a needle in a Snickers bar. I read one yesterday about that. Some kid somewhere, I think it was the East Coast, chomped into a Snickers bar, got a needle in there. So, you know what? That's pretty much been a fear on Halloween forever. That's nothing new. The needle in the bar. But the THC, that's a new one. Because now you get the candies that look just like, you pick up you get a Sour Patch and you thinking that's some regular Sour Patch, and next thing you know, you're fucking hallucinating.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, you're fried out of your mind in the kitchen eating a whole chocolate cake, and that's if it goes well. That's
or
if it
you
goes
can be
well.
in the emergency room on a psych hold.
That's right. You could be on Chicago Med on the Halloween special. I'm sure they'll do that. I'm sure they'll do that on that show one day. I'm sure a bunch of people thought they were hallucinating not that long ago, because this is going to sound like a straight up troll, but this is completely true. I saw the video of this, and forgive me for forgetting where this exactly is. I'll find it in a second. But somehow a monkey got loose in Spirit Halloween like a week ago. And the monkey was it was in Mississippi? You saw this? Did you see the video with the monkey with the damn diaper on?
Yes.
swinging from the rafters, bro. I would have thought I got laced with some THC after seeing that shit. What the hell? Can you imagine bringing your kids to Spirit Halloween? You're going to check out the train, and next thing you know, there's a fucking chimp in a diaper swinging around ready to rip your face off. That's about the scariest thing, because if there's two things I don't like, it's chimps, it's monkeys, and birds. I don't like fucking monkeys and birds, bro. They scare me. They freak me out, because a monkey will fuck you up. A monkey will straight up rip your face off. You know what I mean?
It happened to that woman that one years ago.
Yeah.
I forgot her name. But.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a very famous story. I mean, this was a very small monkey, but I don't put it past him. I don't put it past him. All right. So yeah, some lady literally brought her baby monkey in there to check out Spirit Halloween. Absolutely insane. I would have stopped her right at the door and said, turn the hell around, get out. The thing didn't even have a leash or anything, because I guess one of the animatronics went off, and my man freaked out and was literally in the rafters, like on the roof of the Spirit Halloween. And they got it down with a cookie. But I mean, it left peacefully, so what else could you ask for, you know?
And she's definitely banned from the store.
You think she's banned?
I would have banned her.
I mean, like, you're going to bring your monkey in there with no leash?
Now you know you're retarded.
Like, come on. Speaking of Spirit Halloween, let's talk about it, because I got a lot to say about Spirit Halloween right now. So my Halloween this year was the best Halloween of my life, I would say, so far. Okay? The best Halloween that I have ever had thus far. Hopefully there will be better. But I woke up early in the morning, I dressed up as the Pope, and I went to work my shift at Spirit Halloween. That's right. A lot of you, most of you, did not know that I was working at Spirit Halloween this year. Because I just don't like to say that kind of stuff on the show, you know, on the internet while that kind of stuff is happening. You know what I mean? I don't like to say where I work or anything like that. You know what I mean? Because people are weird, right?
Okay, you don't want nobody showing up to your job.
No, we were literally talking about that at the job today, that like people have been posting on TikTok, a lot of TikToks, which you're not supposed to do while they're while they're on shift, and people will show up to their Spirit. So I don't want anything of the sort. So I didn't say anything about it. But I went to my shift, and we'll get back to that in a second. Then went home, took a little nap, watched some scary stuff, and then I went and I did my other job as a scare actor for the night in a haunted house, which is another thing you guys had no idea about. I was finally a scare actor this year. And that we will not talk about tonight. We're going to talk about that a whole nother show probably. And then I went to Applebee's, left there, and went to the graveyard at about 2 a.m. and walked around with some of my friends who were very frightened, and it was a lot of fun. And I ate candy, and I scared the shit out of people, and I was the Pope. And I also got followed around at 6 a.m. by a schizophrenic crackhead. So that was a lot of fun.
At that point, it's time for me to go home.
Well, I just started my day. That was before I went to work. Imagine that. She was following me around, bro. I was coming in and out of the building. She's tailing me. I had to run around the building and lock her out because she obviously doesn't live here. Absolutely insane. So my Halloween was action-packed. I was outside all day, all night. All right? So let's talk about Spirit Halloween. I got the job in August. All right? Right before I went to not Myrtle Beach. Right before I went to North Carolina, not South Carolina. I got a text, got the interview, went in, smashed it, and at that point I knew that by the time I came back from seeing my parents, I was going to be an employee at Spirit Halloween, which I was elated about. I was excited about because that has been one of my dream jobs for a while. But I had yet to have accomplished it, because a lot of times I would forget and I would remember it during October, and I wanted to set up the store. That was one of my big goals, was to be the one to set up the store, which we're about to talk about. So a lot of you are going to get a kick out of this. During the interview, I had already knew that the theme for this year's Spirit Halloween was going to be the New York City subway. So the first thing I say is, hey, now that I'm hired, I want to build the subway. It's like an actual train, or it was an actual train in the store with also a turnstile behind it and then a big archway in front of it, like a 10-foot archway in front of it, right? So I tell my boss, I want to build that, right? I'm telling everybody at this point, I'm going to build the subway. I'm going to build the subway. So then I'm telling everybody I'm talking about this for days, right? Then like the next day comes, like the day before I go to work for the first time. I had already worked like a shift or two. We were building the walls and stuff, but then I knew that we were going to start building the train the next day. And I come home and I'm talking to Stephanie and I go, oh yeah, I'm going to build the train, right? This is like the fifth person I told. And then listeners, it finally dawned on me, as most of you may know if you've been listening to the show. I thought to myself, wow, what have I done? I don't know how to build shit.
Now you know you're retarded.
Why would I sign up to build a damn train? I couldn't even put a bike basket on my bike basket without that flying off. Anything I've ever tried to build has turned into an absolute mess, chaos, mayhem, catastrophe. And now I signed up to build a train. Wow, bro. And at that point, I'm going to tell you right now, absolute panic, okay, for the rest of the day. And I knew the next day I was going in, and it was train day, right? I'm going to tell you this right now, as God is my witness. I've been nervous about a lot of things. I've done a lot of things that I've been afraid of. I have never had nightmares the night before about something I was about to do until that day. I had nightmares about me dropping shit, messing stuff up, people screaming at me while I was building the train. I would wake up like in the movies, like when the kid is like, I don't know, like going to have like a fight the next day or something like that. And they wake up like, I was waking up just like that. I promise you, bro. I was waking up in cold sweats, in absolute fear of building this train, because I'm like, wow, I'm about to fuck this up. Crazy, right? Crazy. I don't even know how to build anything. I used a drill one time. I use the hammer only to break things. That's what I'm good at, destroying things. I'm not good at building things. So the next day comes and I'm doing some other stuff, right? And then my boss tells me to build this tomb thing, right? So I kind of figure out like, okay, I'm building it with my friend Tim. We're building it together. And then this dude comes over, this wonderful guy, his name is Ray. And he comes over and he goes, hey, Tom, we need help with the train. And right there, I swear I almost threw up all over the floor. I swear, bro. I was like, oh, okay. And I almost went, bleh. But they were building the archway. So they were like, all right, we need they had built a lot of it. And they were like, we need to turn this upside down now. And I was like, okay, here we go. I'm about to drop it and fuck it up. They just built it. I'm about to turn this archway upside down and destroy it. This is going to be awesome. So I turn it upside down. Everything's good. And now they start to give me directions. They start to give me instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they and thems. Let me tell you right now, I started killing it. I started building the motherfucking subway.
Oh, yeah.
I was following instructions, and it was nothing like I thought it would be. I thought I was going to be drilling, hammering, screwing. I am honestly very impressed at how they build these things because it's all cardboard, essentially. And all it is folding. Now, I'm not saying it's not hard because it's a lot to it, right? Like you have to, in order to build like one of the pieces of the floor for the archway, I had to fold like 8 pieces of cardboard, all different pieces, then stick them together and then stick them in another piece of cardboard. And that was just one little piece of it, okay? So you're just constantly folding things. You have to fold it the right way, put this piece next to this piece. It's a lot, man. But let me tell you what. I did it. I knocked it out of the park, and I was incredibly proud of myself. Very proud of myself. Unfortunately, the way my days lined up, I did not get to touch the actual train. By the time I came back, like the next day, the train and the second archway was completed. But I was extremely ecstatic that I did not cause a catastrophe when I was on the job site. And I was making great time. I was on the money. And I was very, very proud. So thank you, everybody, because I can hear you congratulating me through the speakers. I can hear everybody clapping and cheering. And the love.
Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you. And then came working at Spirit because it's pretty much you do the job in stages. First you set up the store. Then next comes working, which is pretty much what I did for the last 2 months. And I'm going to say this right now. This was my favorite job ever. I absolutely loved every millisecond of this job. I didn't have to do register. I thought I was going to have to do register, and I was virtually never bored. I was either unloading trucks, I was on the floor helping customers, I was putting out merch, all kind of fun stuff. And probably I love doing the trucks, especially because once I'm done with the trucks, I got first dibs on, not first dibs, but I got first look at what was in the boxes. So we used to call it Merry Halloween, and we would open the boxes, and not look, try not to see what it is on the side of it, and then we open it up and we see what it is, and then we got to see, oh, we got this new Ghostface, oh, we got this, we had 13, 15 different Ghostface masks, different ones. It was awesome, getting to see everything firsthand, getting to see how the biscuits were made, and I mean, we had hundreds and hundreds of boxes getting shipped to us a week. All right. Truckloads and truckloads of stuff. So doing truck was awesome, but I really enjoyed helping the customers. All right. Like really. I helped this blind guy and his wife, I guess, or his girlfriend find a costume, and they were so happy that they gave me a hug. That was probably one of the coolest moments right there.
Aww.
She was so happy that she gave me a hug because pretty much like the store was chaos because we had so much merch that we couldn't put it all out. So like, let's say, Leonard, you come in, right? And you're like, hey, do you have this Scooby-Doo costume in a large? And I know I don't see it there, right? The first thing I do, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you working at Spirit, the first thing you fucking do, if you don't know for sure that you've seen that costume in that size or whatever, or if somebody asks you for a certain costume, you've never seen it, go to the computer and go to the SKU book because it will tell you if you have the costume, right? So let's say you ask for that, Leonard. You ask for a large Scooby-Doo. I go to the SKU book, and it says we have it, right? And I'm like, okay, but you didn't see it over there in the section? Now the fun begins. This was the best part. Because now I got to go to the section and see if, let's say the computer says we have 2 of them, which is scary. Because that means we could have 2 of them, or that could mean 2 of them walked out and they got stolen. So since it got stolen, it didn't compute in the computer that it's gone. You know what I mean? It's not accounted for. So whenever I got a request for a costume and I saw there was like one or two, I would just start sweating bullets. And I'd be like, oh, fuck, man. Because I wanted to make people happy. Like, I wanted to make sure people left with their costume or with whatever accessory they wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I really took pride and loved what I was doing. So that's when the fun began, because I'd be like, oh, fuck. That costume could either be in that section behind something else. That costume could be in another section, or it could be in the back. And if it's in the back, it could be in a box. It could be on a wall. It could be up somebody's ass. I don't know where it is, but that's the hard part. So as soon as I would see that, we get on the walkie-talkie, and we had walkies, which was fun. Like, yo, anybody see Scooby-Doo? Lord, people. Everybody starts just pandemonium ensues, and sometimes we had the costume, sometimes we don't. Sometimes I would tell them, okay, we don't have it, but this store has it, so I'm gonna give you the address to this store, blah blah blah. But when I was able to find stuff for people, I mean, people were giving me hugs. I mean, people were just elated sometimes when I would be able to unearth these costumes for them, especially if there was only one left, or they had went here, they had went there. And, I was able to scrounge it up. And I've had a few of those this last week where, I was able to unearth some things. And I got a lot of compliments from my coworkers, from my boss, about how great of a mercher I was and how great I was doing. And it made me very proud, because I'm going to be real with y'all right now. I did not think I was going to be good. I thought I was going to get fucking fired my first week, because I don't know. I don't have high expectations of myself or my abilities a lot of times. So I'm always under the assumption that I'm about to fuck this up in some way. And thank God I exceeded my expectations. I exceeded expectations of some people that were around. And it was the greatest job I ever had. And it was only like 2 or 3 months, but it was an amazing experience. And everybody was incredibly sweet to me. Everybody was incredibly nice. Since day one when I walked in there and I let everybody know what's up, I'm like, listen, I got this going on, because I wanted to roll in there and be transparent with them, especially when I was building stuff. And I'm like, hey, like, if I'm doing something wrong, or if I'm doing something a little slower, it's because of X, Y, and Z. And I ain't have a problem with nobody the whole time. Everybody was cool. I mean, somebody almost dropped a hammer on my head on the first day, and I almost got killed, but whatever. So yeah, that has been my experience at Spirit Halloween. I loved every second of it. Every millisecond of it has been just a dream, dude. It was one of my goal jobs, and I did it. And I'm very, very proud of myself. And I'm going to say right now, like, it may not be for everybody. I would not want to do retail for any other company. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I would not want to do this job for anybody else. And a lot of other people may not want to do this. Like, there's aspects of it that a lot of people don't like. Some people don't like doing the fitting room. But that's what I love about working at Spirit, is that there's all these different jobs I could be doing just in one day. I'm unloading the truck at 9 a.m. and then at 10 a.m. I'm walking the floor helping people out. At 11 a.m., I might be building an animatronic, and then it's just constant movement for me. And let's not even talk about recovery. Let's not even fucking talk about what recovery is. Recovery is walking around and putting back things that are out of place, on the floor, on the wrong thing. And I mean, bro, once Halloween season kicks off, you're doing recovery all day. You don't know how many times I've seen Scooby-Doo's head on the floor. I was going to buy all the Scooby-Doo heads so I could stop picking them up. For real. I hated it. I hated Scooby-Doo's head. It was the worst. I almost used my 30% on that shit. That's the other thing. We get 30%, and then we just had the big sale, so the 30% stacked. It was incredible. And I have one more anecdote for you that I almost forgot, which I don't know how I almost forgot this, right? So as you heard, I was very enthralled with the train. I wanted to build the train so bad, right? So I go to my boss and I say, hey, if you find the manual for the train, I want to see it. Like, let me see it, right? I just want to see it. And, if I can get it, let me get it. She's like, oh, you want that? I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, why don't you want to buy a piece of the train? And I was like, what did you just fucking say? Do I want to buy a piece of the train? And she's like, yeah, at the end, we start selling off pieces of the ISE. The ISE that's the lingo for the display. And I was like, repeat what you just said? I can own a piece of the fucking train? And she's like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, I want all of the signs. I want all the subway signs. And she's like, all right, I'll put your name on the list for that. Then she comes back the next day or a couple of days later. She goes, listen, I don't know if she forgot, but she was like, hey, listen, like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but if you want the signs, you got to buy the pieces that the signs are on, which meant I would have to buy the entire 10-foot archway to get the first sign. Then I would have to buy the entire 8-foot, approximately 8-foot, 7-foot turnstile display to get the other two signs. And I was like, wow, what the fuck am I going to do with all that? That sounds awful.
The fuck you gonna put that in your house?
I have a studio apartment. So she's like, oh, we'll see what we could do. Maybe we can cut a deal with somebody if they want the ISE, but they don't want if they want those pieces, but they don't want the sign. But she's like, I don't think people are gonna want those without the signs. And I was like, all right, just let me know what's up. So then she tells me, hey, somebody bought the whole display at the other store. They spent $700 and they bought everything. And right there is when I knew in my heart, I got to say fuck it, and I got to buy both of those pieces. Or somebody could just come in and buy everything. You know what I mean? So I can say right now that I am the proud owner of those two displays. And as you can see behind me, there are the signs. There's two signs right there. They're stacked up. And then the LED one is behind me. It's not on or anything, but that's essentially like a TV. Okay. So there's a turnstiles right there, and there's the phone from inside the train that I was not able to get right away because I didn't buy the train, right? But I was like, hey, let me know what goes on with the phone. But then my friend Chelsea ended up buying the train, and she gave me the phone. So that was nice. And that phone, like, you when you hook it up, you pick it up and you press buttons and shit, and it's like, oh, people call you like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, it's Halloween, I'm gonna fucking snap your neck and shit like that. It's really cool. It's like talks to you. So for a while, for a short time, I owned those archways, which were just massive. But I had to destroy them because what the fuck was I going to do with that? Seriously. Where was I going with those things? I got nowhere to put that. I almost bought the whole train, though. The thing is that I have storage. I would have had storage for the train, but I wouldn't have anywhere to put the train in, if that makes sense. Like, we didn't have the boxes for anything anymore. So I was like, fuck, I got nowhere to actually put it in storage. It's going to be a hassle, so I'm going to just let that one go, and I'm going to let somebody else buy the train. But I am the proud owner of all the subway signs, the phone. I ripped the turnstiles out of that display, and, I couldn't be happier. I'm happy as a fucking clam. I did a bunch of shopping the last 2 days. As you can see, I got my Chucky hooded blanket. I got 2 creepy dolls that move and shit that I'm putting in my kitchen. And I got a bunch of other fun stuff. So it's been a dream. It's been amazing. And if you have any questions, Leonard, we could talk about Spirit for a little longer. If not, we will move on. Do you have anything you want to ask or say?
Oh, I'm gonna give you your flowers. I'm really proud of you. You know,
Thank you.
working as somebody with a disability it's something completely different. You know, so I'm happy that your coworkers, uh, were good people to you. You know,
They are very good people to me. Very,
so
very good
are you
people
gonna
to me.
work it again next year?
I would love to. I would
I
love
sure hope
to.
so.
I would have loved if we were getting Spirit Christmas, which they have. They have like 30 of them, because we would have been rolling over right now. We would have been putting Christmas shit up. So that would have been great, but I predict that we'll get one in the next 3 years. So we'll see about it, because I would have loved to do that. But yeah, like you say, Leonard, that's the whole thing, is like working with a disability, you have limitations. You have things you cannot do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen when I rolled in there. Like I said, I thought I was going to get fired. I didn't know what was going to happen. So for me to essentially be one of if not the top merchandiser was a real, it really made me feel good. Cuz if you don't have a disability, you don't really know what it's like, because it's just like some things are just easy for you. You know what I mean? Like working a retail job or something like this may be incredibly easy for most people. But for other people, there's limitations that we have that make it harder for us.
We do as in our community and the disability community, we often get passed over for people that have two working eyeballs because it costs less to train them. So him actually getting a job and being successful in that job is a very big accomplishment for us. Well, for him,
For us, it makes everybody else look good. It makes them go,
exactly.
you know what? We'll hire another guy with a disability or woman. You know?
And he set a great example for the next person that has a disability. It's like, oh, we had Thomas. He had a disability. He was a great employee. We loved him. Let's hire somebody else that has a disability.
And I think the one thing you got to do is you don't say no to a job. You try it. I'm not saying the job, like when you get the job, right? And they ask you to do something, just try it. Even if you don't think you could do it, try it first. Don't say no to anything. Fuck it up. But you got to do it. I'd rather try it and fuck it up than say I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
I didn't want to do register. Thank God they didn't make me do register, but I would have tried it. I would have tried it. You know what I mean?
Everything is a teachable moment for us. Everything is learning how. One thing about our community, we have to learn how to adapt to our environments.
Gotta adapt.
Adapt to the challenge. I this. All right, so I got to do register, but I can't really see the register. How do I adapt to that to make it work for me? If I can't get like uh, accessible,
accommodations.
yeah.
And maybe maybe you can't do it, but you should always know for sure that you can't do it by doing it. You know what I mean? Don't say, "Oh, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that." You know what I mean? Like, I said yes to everything they asked me to do. I said yes to every fucking job they asked me to do. I never said no. There was one or two things that I hated doing, but I stuck with it. You know what I mean? And that's the best advice I can give to anybody that maybe have a disability or something and they feel inadequate or they're nervous, is like, just do it, bro. Like I literally was not joking when I say I almost vomited that day. But I'm not going to say no. You know, and especially because I asked for that. Especially because I asked to do that, I'm like, well, I'm not
And
gonna be a bitch now and be like, oh, I'm nervous about it. I'm having second thoughts. No. And then guess what? I took my time a little bit, but next thing you know, I was flying through it. So never say no to something. Fuck it up. But at least you can't do it now. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
yeah, if you fuck it up, your
You fuck it up, you
boss
fuck
or
it
your
up.
coworkers like, hey, I know you're vision impaired or you have some type of disability. Let me show you how to do it the right way. So next time when you do it, it's like, oh, okay, now you're familiar and the nerves are not there and you're a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
And then next time you just be doing like it's nothing.
Yeah. And at least they know. At least they can never say that you denied something or that you didn't try something. You know what I mean? They can never put that on you. That you said no to something, that you didn't give it your all. You didn't do your best. And there's times where I
One,
gotta ask for help because everybody knew I was colorblind. So sometimes they'd be like, go get the red thing. And I'd be like, bro, I'm colorblind. What the fuck? And they just laugh. They'd be like, oh, my bad. I forgot. Or, sometimes I get on the walkie and if something was high up, I couldn't see the size, like let's say I'm looking for a Sully costume, whatever. I might be able to see it Sully, but I wouldn't be able to see is it the deluxe one? Is it the schmedium one? So I get on the walkie and I'd say, hey, Chelsea, can you come over? I need your eyes real quick. Help me with this, help me with that. And everybody was cool. You know what I mean? Because I busted my ass, and when I needed help, I needed help. But I didn't ask for help unless I really needed it. You know what I
don't
mean?
be one thing. Never be ashamed to announce your disability.
Nope.
Don't hide
I would
that.
tell customers that. They'd be like, can you show me the red thing or whatever? I forgot what it would be like, but something with color. Like, oh yeah, like she'd be like, can you get me a purple wig? I'd be like, Chelsea, can you come get a purple wig? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm colorblind, so Chelsea gonna take over this one. And then that's it. We would just laugh and everybody would go our separate ways. Because if it didn't
And that's
say
a
purple
healthy
on it, then I don't know.
and that's a healthy work environment. That's a real healthy the simple fact that everybody, you know, was a unit, you
Dead
know.
ass. Dead ass. I never
So
had a problem. Never. Nobody ever sighed at me. Nobody ever groaned at me. Because I didn't really need that much help, but when I did, I asked for it. And nobody gave me shit about it. Nobody gave me
that's
shit
like
about it.
that's like me at my job when they asked me like, hey, do you like? Because I never announced my disability at first. When I started dispatching in Queens East, um, they kind of I slipped up one day and they're like, "Why are you looking at your phone so close?" And I was like,
Yeah, I get that a lot.
"Oh, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag, so I have this, and this." And they were like, "How come you never told us?" Because I was nervous. I was scared,
Yeah. It is
because
scary to say. Because you don't know what they're gonna say to you. Or how they're gonna
yeah,
treat you after that.
it's you know, and because I've had bad experience working at Whole Foods in Park Slope. I told my boss I was like, because he asked me, he's like, "Why are you working so slow?" And I told him like, "I'm sorry, I'm visually impaired," and he was like, Are you sure you right for? I don't know why they hired you. Are you sure you could do this job?" And then like a week later, I stopped getting shift hours, and like
Damn.
you know,
Damn.
they started like I I didn't even like put in my resignation. I worked the shift, put my badge in the locker next to the timesheet, and then I never came back.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
So
That sucks.
you know, I've had a couple of bad experience working. Having a disability and
Damn.
working,
Yeah.
and you know, but the one I'm working now is I'm doing great. Like they ask me questions, like I think we're getting like new tablets, and they're like, and they ask me like, they came to me first and like, which one works better for you? So
That's
that
great. That's great.
that so that because they want to do a switch from the paper uh log books to like more digital.
Hmm.
I was like, the iPads work a lot better for my eyes, and I know how to use a iPad better than a Samsung tablet.
Right.
So we'll see what goes on. Well, I'll see what happens with the outcome of that.
I'm
What
glad
they
they're
ask you now?
accommodating. I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And you
So
like that job a lot, right?
I've been working here 7 years.
Damn, I thought you've only been working there 3 years. 7 years? Good for you.
Yeah, I started in like May of 2017.
And so you made it through COVID with that
Yeah,
job.
I didn't work COVID. I didn't volunteer during COVID because my whole entire building had COVID, and I was like,
Oh my
yeah, I'm not catching
God.
COVID.
So
I
you were
still
on the
fucked around.
shelf for a while and
Yeah,
then you came back.
yeah, after COVID.
Nice. Nice.
So,
That's wonderful, man. I'm glad you like that job. It's
um,
important, It's important for people like us to feel welcome somewhere, to feel comfortable somewhere. It makes our job easy. It makes us do our job easier.
and I I done kind of done some research, but I'm like the only person that has a vision impaired that I can probably say that I'm proud to wear the badge. Not only because I'm proud to wear the badge, but I'm also the only person that I know of that has a vision impairment and is working emergency medical service dispatching.
Yeah. The one and only, bitch. That's right.
Because this type of job is not made for people like us.
No, I always wondered how the fuck you were doing that.
Yeah, at first it was tricky, but like I explained before, you gotta learn how to adapt to things.
Because you are a 911 dispatcher, right?
Correct.
So how do you do that
I
if you're visually impaired?
I handle emergency calls either through the phone. Um, now I have somebody with me now that he comes on tour with me twice a week when I'm on tour.
Okay.
He helps out like um, I will do the radio comms and he'll do like the logbooks. Um, like if we get a phone call, I can do the emergency calls and I just read it out loud what's going on. And starts writing down
Okay.
the information, like the
You got
address.
you got an assistant.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Man got his own assistant.
and
Shit.
I also do training too.
Oh,
Like
you
I train
train?
other
Oh,
adult members, youth members.
look at
I'm big
you.
on that. So
Damn. I love to hear that. And, you have a very soothing voice. So when people call for an emergency, do you think you calm them down? Do you tell, like, if somebody's like, "Oh my God, somebody's breaking into my house and they're gonna kill me and rape me," you go, hold on, go get your favorite blanket, go get a snack, relax, go in the closet. Is that what you do?
yeah, you gotta calm people down because at the end of the day, that phone call is like their darkest day, and you have to make them please have some type of comfort. It's like, okay, man, what's going on? Just
Right.
breathe. Tell me what's going on. What can I do to help you? Well, my mother fell down and she twisted her ankle. All right, what's your location? Is it a house or apartment? If it's an apartment, what's your apartment number? Can you unlock the door? Unlock the door, leave it ajar. So when my crew comes, they can just walk in. And
Right.
you can stay by your mother or your family member or whoever that is to you, and you can comfort them until help until I send my crew out.
Damn, you
So
got the script.
at that point, put the phone on hold, speak to my crew, make sure that the location is within our area. Because I handle part of Queens East, so that I got to make sure that's in our border because we have certain sections that I cover. So I got to make sure if it is, I tell them what's going on. I make sure that my crew has a full picture of what's going on, the status of the patient, everything, so that they have a when they get in the ambulance and they're responding to call, they have an idea of, okay, this is how I'm gonna treat, this is how I might treat the patient.
Right.
You know,
That is wonderful. So you got it all locked down, bro. You a pro. You training me right
doing.
now. I feel like I just got trained. I feel like I feel like I could do one call right now. Excuse me.
It's nerve wracking at first. I'm
Where
not
are
gonna lie. I was
you?
like,
I bet.
but it got easier as time went on.
Yeah, now you probably not nervous at all. Do that shit in your sleep.
Yeah, I could do this shit anytime. Because
Hell
I remember
yeah.
like my first time doing an overnight sleep, everyone was pissed off at me because I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
Fell asleep on
Now,
the job? Wow.
yeah, I fell asleep. I didn't realize I fell asleep.
Damn. You can't be falling asleep on the job. That ain't right. Can't do
But now,
that.
like if I'm at work, I take like naps, naps, but I can hear everything. Like I'm a light sleeper. So now, like
Nice.
if I hear like the call going, I just wake up automatically.
Oh, so you do
Nah,
fall asleep on the job, but you be waking up.
yeah, it's a lot.
Ah,
I've gotten better with that.
oh, that's great. That's great. Well, to wrap up the Halloween season, we got two movies we want to discuss. Number one is a movie that has taken the world by storm. The songs have charted on iTunes. The costumes were rush delivered to Spirit Halloween, and they were flying off the shelves. We didn't even get that many. We got them, and then people were fucking flooding in to get these costumes. I cannot stop hearing about it. Everywhere I go, people are doing the dances. They're singing the songs. We are talking about none other than K-pop Demon Hunters. Okay, a movie that I saw like literally the day it came out, and I was like, "Wow, this looks interesting. I'm gonna watch this." And then I just never did. And then a week later, it was just a phenomenon, just a fucking smash. And apparently Netflix bought it from some other company because they just sold it to them like during COVID or something. And they were like, yeah, just get this out of here. Well,
Now you know you're retarded.
look who got egg on their face. I forgot who it was, like Paramount or somebody. But man, Netflix scooped that shit up, bruh, and they got a smash. They got a smash on their hand, dude. So, Leonard, we watched it. You're an anime guy. You're a K-pop guy. No other opinion really matters right now but yours. What did you think of K-pop Demon Hunters?
Oh, I fucking loved it. The songs, I'm obsessed with the songs. Um,
You're my soda pop pop.
you're my little soda pop. I
Everything I want to. Oh yeah.
was like, I was like, oh, like I was like, damn, this needs to be like a TV series, a sequel.
Oh yeah, I thought that too. I was like, this definitely is gonna be a TV show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is definitely gonna be a
Yeah.
series. All right, what was your favorite song?
Damn, I got so many. Um, I think Free. When I saw the scene for when they play the song Free, I I
What
love
scene is
that
that?
song.
I don't remember. I don't know the names.
When Ruby, I think Ruby,
Ruba.
uh, Ruba,
That her name ain't
and
no damn Ruba. Reba.
maybe Reba.
That ain't no damn Reba.
I don't know.
What the fuck is her name?
Something.
I used to. Oh, it's I used to know her name because everybody came in asking for a costume, and
I think
it's not Reba. That's let me see. K-pop.
that's
I
all.
knew her name, and now you messed me up. What the hell's her name? Hold up. Rumi.
Roomy,
Yeah, there you go.
Roomy. I don't know how the fuck I fucked that up. Where her and Chino, when they were they had like a private meeting, I guess.
Yeah.
Which you're trying to convince him to
Like be a good guy.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of like fall in love, kind of, I guess.
Yeah. I think my favorite song was the last song, like the one that they do at the concert. I don't know if it's the last song, but it's the last concert that they do. I don't want to spoil in case people haven't seen it yet. You know which one I'm talking about, though, right? Like basically when they
Yeah,
save the day. I
yeah,
like that one. I think that's my favorite one.
I love that one. I was like, oh my god.
I mean, and what a good story, right? Like I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was gonna be generic, like okay, here's some K-pop girls that are gonna fight demons. I didn't think about there's gonna be a rival K-pop group, a boy group that are demons. You know, like that was sick. When I saw that they basically, that these demons turn themselves into K-pop stars to then be their rivals and then take over the fucking world and all this stuff, I was like, that is a great concept.
Only gripe I had with it is I felt like there should have been more character development instead of just like the one girl. It should have been all of them. Like we should have got like more background of like how they met, like how like who's this villain guy, a little bit more details because we did get like a little bit from Kino and Roomba, but we didn't get like from the rest of the girls or like how the K-pop Demon Hunters started or anything like that. That's my only gripe.
Okay. Who was your favorite character, Rumi?
I I like the other one, the one that was a little bit more blunt. I thought she was kind of cool. I was like, oh, she's a little bit badass.
I like Zoe the best. I think that
Oh,
was my
Zoe?
favorite one. Zoe's the bubbly one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I like her the best. Yeah, I think that's her name, Zoe. I'm trying to find the cast list. Yeah, Rumi, Zoe, and you liked what's the other girl? Mira, right?
Mira,
That's the
yeah.
one you liked, yeah.
I
Dude,
was
we
like,
ran
oh,
out of fucking purple hairspray at Spirit because people wanted to be Rumi so bad. Like we had the wigs and shit, and then they flew off the shelf. And then after that, all the purple hairspray went off the shelf.
oh, it got serious.
Yup, it got serious, dude. Yeah, what a fire movie. Like, what a fire movie. I thought it was gonna be like, okay. I'm like, there's no way that this shit is that lit. Like, I saw it, like I said, I saw the poster, whatever, online. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. Then I saw everybody was on its dick, and I'm like, nah, it can't be that good. So then I kind of didn't want to watch it now. I'm like, I don't know. Then I'm like, all right, we got to talk about it. I want you to watch it, so I'll watch it. And I was just like, wow, this shit is lit. You know what the gripe I have, though, is?
What?
In the beginning, straight propaganda, okay? Straight propaganda in the beginning. Japanese propaganda or Korean propaganda. Did you notice how in the beginning they were talking about how they were like we're gonna eat a bunch of carbs and we're gonna eat a bunch of food to prepare for the show? You seen that?
Yeah, I seen that.
That is some straight bullshit. If anything, they'll be throwing up before the show, or they'll be like, "I'm gonna eat a piece of lettuce at 2 p.m. before the show at 9 p.m." You know damn well they ain't doing no carb loading or eating all that damn food before a show.
Right.
That amount of food they ate right there, a K-pop star hasn't even eaten that in a year. I'll tell you that right now, bro. The amount of food they had on the table, a K-pop star hasn't had in a year. Okay? Ain't no way they trying to throw that propaganda that these girls are doing mukbangs before they go on stage. Fuck no. If they wanted to be real, these girls would have been passing out on stage and shit. Like
growing up.
Yup. Let me tell you this right now. This is some bullshit because these girls wouldn't have had the energy to fight no damn demon. I'll tell you that right now. They wouldn't have the energy to be flipping around, wielding swords. Yeah. No, they'd be fatigued. Okay? Passing out. No way. This is some straight Korean propaganda right here, bro. Ain't no way these K-pop stars are loading up on food like that. But, you know, it is a movie. It is a movie. You have to stretch your imagination. Listen, I'll believe the demon stuff more than I believe the food stuff in this movie. Okay, the demon stuff is more believable than them eating a bunch of ramen before they go on stage. Get out of here, bro. What do you think I am? I ain't no fool. But I was a fool for not watching this movie sooner, because I'm gonna watch it again.
Oh, I'm for sure gonna watch this again.
We going up, up, up. We going up. Yeah, we going up. Yeah. I don't know the words. I don't know any of the words. What are you gonna be one of them for next Halloween? You gonna be Rumi?
I might.
And I'll be Zoe, and then we got to get somebody to be the other one.
Mira.
Yeah, we got to get somebody. Maybe I don't know who. Eddie said he didn't want to watch it. I sent it to him. He's like, I don't want to see it. I know, me too. I thought he wanted to see it. He's an anime head. Is this really anime though? No, it's not anime.
It's kind of like anime.
It's like it, but it's not in the anime style.
Yeah. Because them girls would have had, if it was anime, them girls had big old
giant
watermelons.
boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what you know, a great story, just great songs. The villain was awesome. I don't really have anything bad to say about this movie. Honestly, nothing bad to say about it.
I give it a solid 8.
8 out of 10?
10. Yeah, 8 out of 10. I would have gave it a full 10, but there was no really. There should have been more character development, a little bit more background for me to give it like a full 10.
I'll say a 4.6 out of 5 for me. Probably 4.5 out of 5 around there. You know, it was a smash.
Yeah.
It was a smash. And the sequel's got to be in development already. There's probably 5 of them in development already, because this thing is making money. All I see on TikTok is, you know, knockoff action figures and all this merchandise and shit. I mean, this thing is a phenomenon. And, you know, I always love to see it. I always love to see new phenomenons come to light and grow in new fandoms, because this is going to be a fandom at this point, you know. This is going to be insane. So I always like to see the inception of new fandoms and new things like that. Like, I got to see the inception of the Terrifier fandom, even though I don't really like it, but it's just fun to watch. You know, I'm glad everybody's having a good time with it. I'm glad everybody found something new to enjoy. I love it. I love to see it. This was a fun movie. If you haven't seen it, go check. I'm trying to get Justin to watch it. Watch it, Justin. He's gonna be singing all the songs. I know it.
He's gonna be doing the TikTok dances to it.
Yep. Do you like baby metal, Leonard? Do you know baby metal?
What the hell is baby metal?
I gotta put you on. That's that. I don't know if they're Korean or Japanese, but it's basically like K-pop metal. You're gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna put you on after this.
You had me at K-pop metal. I was like, oh, this sounds interesting.
Check it out. We're gonna show you. But to wrap things up, speaking of putting you on, let me put you on to something else. As I said on the last show, I wanted to watch the new movie R.L. Stine's Pumpkinhead. As we know, R.L. Stine is one of the GOATs, the creator of the Fear Street series, the creator of the Goosebumps series, also the Haunting Hour TV series, which was highly underrated in my opinion. It doesn't get talked about enough. Was fucking epic, especially for being for a young audience. It was actually scary and freaky and creepy. And now we have another movie under R.L. Stine's supervision, you know, his story. One of my favorites is The Haunting Hour. I always watch that around Halloween. And now we have a new one, Pumpkinhead, that is a Tubi original. And I'm going to say right now, the quality was interesting. For Tubi, I guess they really stepped it up. The quality of this movie was pretty damn good, in my opinion. I didn't expect it to be as good quality in terms of like cinematography and shit like that. I mean, it wasn't exceptional, but it was better than I expected it was going to be. So I didn't really know what this movie was going to be about. I thought it was going to be about basically a Pumpkinhead character running around chasing people and trying to probably not kill them because it's R.L. Stine, but probably like, I don't know, like eat them or something like that. So I was pleasantly surprised when that's not what this movie was about exactly. Not to give too much away, but this movie's about a family that moves to a new town, which is, I mean, that's check that off the R.L. Stine list right there. That's every Goosebumps book ever made, every R.L. Stine movie. The family moves to a new fucking town, okay, for whatever reason. So it starts off like that. They move to this freaky town where everybody is like obsessed with this one farmer. They love him because apparently he saved the town when they were in some kind of real pickle with food, and you know their soil was bad, and he basically brought crops back to the town. So the main character, the kid, he ends up stealing a pumpkin from the guy's barn, which is not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. And the kid's brother brings it back. When the kid's brother brings the pumpkin back, the brother goes missing. And that's when you find out a bunch of other kids go missing. And when they go missing, all the adults forget that kid even existed. Imagine that. Imagine your brother or your sister go missing and then you wake up and your mother forgets they even fucking existed. That would be
That's
scary.
kind of like Della Rosa in One Piece.
Oh, that's some One Piece shit right there? The One Piece did everything. They got like 1 million episodes. So that's basically the gist of the story. There is a creature that runs around. And I was entertained by this movie. I was entertained more than I thought I would be. I didn't know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting much. So I would say the quality exceeded my expectations. The story was interesting, was engaging. You know, I didn't expect it to go that way. And it was just a fun little Halloween movie. It wasn't anything overly scary, you know, overly dramatic. I'm going to say, you know, it's probably around a 3.3 out of 5. Nothing I would watch again necessarily. I like other R.L. Stine projects far more than this. But I think this is a fun one for the family. And I think the ending was one of my favorite aspects of this movie where I was like, wow, I didn't see that ending coming. That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of wild that they ended it like that. And it kind of made me sad, honestly. But yeah, I think if you want to polish off a little Halloween movie that you've never seen before, this is pretty good. This one you could show to the whole family. It's kind of freaky. Interesting concept. The acting isn't terrible. There's maybe one or two people that I'm like, you know, I don't know about that guy. But for the most part, this movie's a solid effort. This is a solid movie right here, and I always love to see an R.L. Stine production. I always love to see an R.L. Stine story. Apparently, he's writing a new book, a new adult book, which he's only done one other one that I can remember, one other horror book for adults. So I'm very interested to see what the next one is. I think it's something called like We All Want to Kill Rosaline or some shit like that. So love R.L. Stine, man. Love R.L. Stine to death. During the Halloween season, I started my day watching The Haunted Mask. That's a must on Halloween. You got to watch The Haunted Mask. Listening to Goosebumps podcast. He's the GOAT, man. So check out R.L. Stine's Pumpkinhead on Tubi. And that is a wrap on Halloween season. We may get into my scare acting days soon. I didn't want to do it on this episode and overwhelm everybody. But I want to do that at a better time and place. So, but for now, that's a bow on Halloween. And now, Christmas is here for the next 2 months.
Everyone can play Mariah Carey now. You're welcome.
It's time. Is that how she does it?
It's time.
Yeah, that was better. It's time. My voice is shot. My voice is shot. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. Let us know if you watched anything. Oh, let me tell you this right now, too. I'm not watching Black Phone 2. I'll tell you that right now. People were asking me if I'm going to watch Black Phone 2. Fuck no. Number one, I loved Black Phone. That movie was fire. That movie was sick. The last thing I need is a sequel. That's one of the movies where it ended perfectly. I do not need an extension. I don't need a sequel. I don't need any additions to that movie. Number
That's like
two,
them.
hold on. Number two, the trailer, to me, whack. You might as well call this whack phone. You might as well call this black shoehorn, because to me, that's what they're doing. They're just shoehorning the villain into a new story. The guy died, and now he's Freddy Krueger all of a sudden. He's Pennywise. Like, he was just a normal guy, and now all of a sudden he's like a supernatural being. Get the fuck out of here, bro. This is straight black shoehorn, and I don't want no part of it. I love the first one. You couldn't pay me to see this movie. I'll tell you that right now. You cannot pay me. I don't want to see it. I don't want to taint the image of the first one. This is one of the most unnecessary movies I've seen made in a while. Okay? This is not like a slasher like Michael, Jason, Freddy, where, it's acceptable to just continuously make them. This was just like a great movie that did not need anything else. But it made a shitload of money, I'm sure, or it made a good amount of money, so they want to make another one. Respectfully, I respect that. I respect that part of it, that the director's like, fuck it, make another one. I'm trying to make some money. Get your bag, get your money, but let me tell you right now, you ain't getting any money from me. Boom. What were you going to say?
That's like making the whack-ass Superman movie, and now they want to make a part 2 to it. It's like, ain't nobody asked for that shit.
Nobody asked for that, bro. Nobody asked for this. It's wild. I heard it was good, but I'm telling you right now, I will never watch it. I've had so many chances to watch it. I will never watch that movie. Don't need to see it.
My ex-friend, I don't fuck with her anymore.
Oh, shit. Beef.
Nah.
Drama.
She's embarrassed to have be friends with people with disabilities.
Boo. That ain't right. That ain't right.
Yeah, fuck, Anyway. That person said that the costumes were cheap.
In Black Phone?
No, in Superman.
Oh, Superman. The costumes look cheap?
Yeah.
Come on, they got like $1 billion budgets and the costumes look cheap? Come on. Not right, bruh. Not right. But there you go. Any other words, thoughts, prayers before we go, Leonard?
Be kind to your disability friends. Never be afraid to educate people that are not educated on us. Travel with faith and more love. And thank you for watching tonight's episode. We work extra hard to make this happen for you. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. And
It's almost 3 in the morning.
Oh, well.
That's right.
Oh, so we will have this out for you.
ASAP. And make sure that you buy a hooded blanket, because it's one of the best investments you'll ever make.
Exactly.
Tell you that right now.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Peace and love and cupcakes.
Peace and love and cupcakes. BRB.
Yeah.